Hello, welcome. Welcome. This is the global community for adults who are healing CPTSD. If you are an adult and you have experienced repeated relational trauma, and that's something that you are walking through, looking to heal from, then you're in the right place. We've all been showing up here together every week for about 10 years now. And we've been sharing what works, what hasn't been working. This is just a place where we connect with one another every single week. And if this is your very first time joining, I want to warmly welcome you to our community. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you for choosing to be here. We are here together for a live stream. This is a live stream recording. It's on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And over the past almost decade, the times have shifted a little bit just depending on the season of life I happen to be in. But I do absolutely love being here with you every single week. So what we're going to be doing tonight, what we've been doing over the past couple years, we're going to be focusing on regulating our nervous system. So what does that look like? So we're going to be doing some breath work together, and then we have some beautiful readings. So one, we have this meditation with Morgan Harper Nichols. Her artwork is what you see up on the screen now. We also have a compassionate healing strategy by Dr. Ariel Schwartz. And then we will end our time together today with our Loving the Self affirmation by Lisa A. Romano. So again, it's just such a joy to be here with you. My name is Athena. I'll be facilitating our time together here. And I will describe my setup for you and sort of just take this moment to invite you to get very, very comfortable. This time is for you and you alone. So it's a gift to have you here. So I'm sitting in my workspace and I have my feet propped up out in front of me so that I can get a nice big stretch when we do our breath work together. Nice big yawn, hopefully. And I also have a glass of water nearby. I'm sitting up straight. I have a pillow to support my posture. I have a strong spine and a soft, open heart space and a soft belly. And before we get started with our breath work, I just want to pause and I want to warmly welcome those who are here to check in and to say hello. Hello, warm welcome to you, John Harvey, and to you, Ninja Taco. Thank you so much for moderating and for being here and helping to keep the chat stream a safe enough place. Hello, Z. Hello, I'm waving back to you. Hello, Jeffrey Sherman. I'm waving back to you and sending hearts and smiles. Aw, thank you so much. Jeffrey Sherman says, hey, family. Hit the like for an excellent peer support environment. Hello to any lurkers as well. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Sherman. Yes, if you ever hit the like button, it really does help more than you know. Because the more likes, if you find this video helpful, then YouTube will acknowledge that we're doing something good, and they will recommend our video in more people's chat or video feed. And then more people can find us and we can help more people. So Thank you so much, Jeffrey Sherman. Hello, Midnight Blue. Great to see you as always. Yes, I really hope each of you are doing well. Hello, Recovery Buddy. Yes. Recovery Buddy says, a quote from Misguided Ghosts by Paramore has been resonating with me lately. The ones we trusted the most pushed us far away. Yes. Yes. I'm a fellow Paramore fan. How about that duet with Taylor? Oh, my heart just like, oh, it was so awesome. So amazing. So good to be here with you all. I'm sending hearts back to you. So, Jeffrey Sherman says, ooh, Paramore, I love Haley. I have such a, anyone who's ever looked at my playlist, kind of like, who are you? Who are you that you listen to music from the 20s and 30s and 40s, and yet you're obsessed with Taylor Swift and John Mayer and all of the 90s emo bands? Like, who are you? And who are you that you have all of this like 60s and 70s music in your playlists? And why do you love the 80s music as well? Like, what's wrong with you, Athena? Make up your mind. And I say, I do not need to make up my mind. I get to love all of the different music from an entire century. I get to choose, right? I also have a lot of classical music. I've been listening to a lot of Yo-Yo Ma lately. I've just been loving Yo-Yo Ma. And then there's, of course, like if you get into the realm of jazz, like we have the Oscar Peterson trio. Oh, my hand is on my heart. I mean, don't get me started with like piano and jazz or blues music, like Nora Jones. Oh my gosh. The album For Lovers by Oscar Peterson Trio is one of the most beautiful, amazing, inspired albums ever. Like almost a year ago, I got turned on to Dexter Gordon, the jazz saxophone player. Oh my gosh. And then of course I'm just like, I absolutely love Ella Fitzgerald and Eartha Kitt and Etta James, Louis Armstrong, like Billie Holiday. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Elle says, I love Carly Commando piano and the Piano Guys. Cello and piano. Ooh, now I gotta look that up. Jeffrey Sherman says, another lyric from Paramore I find really powerful. Scars left on my heart formed patterns in my mind. Yes. Recovery Buddy, thank you so much for the Paramore lyric, and Jeffrey Sherman as well. Now I'm going to listen to Piano Guys tonight. It's on my to-do list. I feel like one of those announcers. Now on to today's show. So if someone could put a note, like maybe in the chat box or even in the comment section of this video on the replay, that the content for like our breath work and regulating our nervous system begins at 10 minutes in. Here we go. So I'm going to guide us in 4 breaths together. I'm going to guide us on our first breath and our last breath. I'll be breathing with you the whole time. You're welcome to breathe on your own the entire time and simply just place your hand on your heart, or even place your hands, one hand in the other, and just be mindful of the inhale and the exhale. Whatever it is you can do to just be in the present moment, paying attention to the breath, it's going to be really, 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 really helpful for your nervous system. A warm welcome, Emily. So glad to see you as always. So here we go. We're going to do the 4-7-8 breath again. I got a lot of positive feedback about that. It's where we breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, breathe out for 8 counts. And as always, only do what feels right for you. If holding your breath is something which causes you anxiety, please do not hold your breath. Please don't do anything that doesn't feel safe and helpful and supportive for your unique healing journey. Okay? So if you'd like to join me in some breath work, let us begin. We will breathe in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own now. Last time together now. Breathe in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Well done. How did that feel? I got one yawn. I got one good yawn. Z says 3 yawns. That's wonderful. You are so welcome, Midnight Blue. So very welcome. So, we are going to have our meditation with Morgan Harper Nichols. And then we will have our healing strategy with Dr. Ariel Schwartz and our affirmation with Lisa A. Romano. Please feel free to share in the chat box anything that comes up for you. The theme for this week is the rhythm of our lives. We're checking in to see if we can find a rhythm. We're seeing what we can notice. Checking in with ourselves. Morgan says, life is a journey, a complex path that weaves between gratitude for the present and longing for the future. It's a delicate balance between being content with where we are and acknowledging our needs and desires. Being grateful for anything doesn't mean you can't yearn for more love, more connection, more meaning, belonging, or freedom. It doesn't mean you're ungrateful. Instead, it's a testament to your capacity to hold the tension of the present and the future, the known and the unknown, the comfort of contentment and the stretching toward growth. This journey of trying to hold this tension might feel like a contradiction, but in reality, it's a process of becoming, of unfolding, of growing into the fullness of who you are meant to be. It's a journey worth taking to discover what it means to create space for the complexity of your life. So, how do we navigate this journey? By acknowledging that it's okay to want more. By practicing gratitude for where we are right now in this moment. And by holding space for the tension between the present and the future. This journey requires courage, patience, and a willingness to sit with the discomfort of uncertainty. But a journey worth taking, for in the journey between gratitude and longing, contentment and desire, we find the rhythm of our lives, the melody of our hearts, the song of our becoming. I love Morgan so much. She just touches my soul. It's like there's something about the way the poignant and poetic prose, just her offering of the vulnerability that she writes with, it just speaks to my heart so deeply. How about you? Did anything come up for you while I was reading? Somehow my book by Dr. Ariel Schwartz for our compassionate healing strategy, somehow it moved. It's way over there. 1 second. There we go. It was pretty far away. So we are on week 2 of a 3-week series all about healing our self-perception issues. What are self-perception issues? What is a self-concept? Similar to self-esteem, self-beliefs, self-confidence. It's very similar. It's how we perceive ourselves. And it's such a beautiful way to check in with the self. So the way that Dr. Ariel is preparing us for today's compassionate healing strategy, which is a somatic release practice, by the way. It's body-based, and it's a bit of a body scan, actually, and just ways to release tension in different parts of the body, specifically the parts of the body that are most commonly ones that hold on to trauma. So the way that she preps us for our compassionate healing strategy is by sharing a story from a client that she will call Mariah. And the way that I'll frame this for you, because it's quite emotional. For those of us here in this community who have ever felt very unloved and unwanted by our caregivers, please just proceed gently and carefully and just check in with yourself. And if this starts to feel a little bit too much or too activating for you, just simply step away, okay? Practice really good self-compassion and self-advocacy. I, for one, was told from a very young age that I should never have been born. And so I have a deep, deep wound. I'm speaking from my scar, not my wound, as I've been working for, better part of a decade specifically on this one wound. But if for some reason you're feeling a little raw and tender today, please don't push your way through it. You can simply come back in 5 minutes or so, okay? I think I need a little bit more light. Alexa, turn on the lamp.
Okay.
Thank you. So Dr. Ariel shares this story of Mariah. Mariah says, I am in so much pain. There are days I am so tired that I can hardly get out of bed. I don't know if I can go on like this. Sometimes I think that I should never have been born. End quote. And so then Dr. Ariel shares her experience of when Mariah came to see her. And Dr. Ariel says, Mariah lived with physical health challenges, and a pervasive feeling of hopelessness. She was under medical care for chronic fatigue. However, her doctors suggested that she also seek therapy to deal with the impact on her body of her childhood trauma. As we explored her history, I learned that Mariah had been raised by a single mother who was profoundly rejecting of her. Her mother often told her that she never wanted children and that she regretted the day that Mariah was born. Now, in her 40s, Mariah felt the crushing weight of her unresolved pain. Unresolved emotions related to trauma can get held in the body. Feelings of shame or unworthiness can show up as a caving in of your chest, a collapse in your posture, a lowered head and gaze. Over time, this posture can further contribute to a diminished sense of yourself that reinforces self-perception problems. In therapy, Mariah was able to talk about her childhood. However, she felt disconnected from her body, and she still struggled with crippling exhaustion. It was important to help Mariah move beyond the words of her story and to access the ways in which the trauma was held in her body. Healing involved slowly and safely connecting to her body. Initially, attending to her body was a challenge. She felt as though her body had betrayed her. When she focused on her sensations, she would become flooded with feelings of shame and a belief that she was unlovable. With practice, though, Mariah discovered that when these painful feelings arose, she could place her hands over her heart and focus on an intention of loving herself. She felt a combination of grief and relief as she slowly opened to this new sense of self-compassion. Mariah continued to explore her pain and fatigue symptoms as they arose, and she learned to mindfully increase her awareness of her bodily sensations. This helped her move and breathe in a way that supported the tension in her lower back, shoulders, and neck. Each time she focused her attention on her body, she would have an emotional release that would lead to temporary relief from her physical symptoms. Mariah began to feel hope for her future for the first time in her life. Such a painful and beautiful story at the same time. one that I resonate with so deeply, and I know that so many of you likely do as well. Just I've had the privilege of getting to meet some of you and hearing your story. So with my hand on my heart, I just want to witness you where you find yourself right now. I just want to acknowledge everything it's taken to get to this place in your life. Okay? And however it is that you're feeling, whatever it is you're going through today, your feelings are valid. You are valid. I have such deep, deep empathy for you and your journey. I'm so grateful that you are here. So we're going to move on to our healing strategy now. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the healing strategy, describe it to you, and then we'll do it together, okay? So this healing strategy, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, or I guess it's, like 20 minutes ago now, this offers us an opportunity to release some physical tension by inviting us to focus our attention on the common places that trauma gets held in the body. So, as with all of the healing strategies that we share here on Monday nights, please explore this practice mindfully and slowly. And remember, you can always take a break or move on and even move back to some of the healing strategies we've shared over the past several months. If for any reason you start to feel overwhelmed at any time whatsoever, you can always pause, you can go listen to something else, step away. So we have a list of different areas of the body, and it's not it's the list doesn't need to be done in any specific order, nor are these the only areas of the body that might carry tension. But I want to encourage you, if you are going to do this practice with me as I walk us through and as I guide us through this today, I want to encourage you to explore one area of your body at a time, always knowing that you can return to this replay and this practice as often as you like. So in this practice, if you're ready, you will bring your hands over an area of the body that I will mention here in a moment, and then you're going to focus your breath near your hands. You'll be able to feel your breath under your hands. So for instance, my hand is on my heart, and when I breathe, my hand lifts and it goes back down. It moves according to the breath. If I place my hand on my belly rises and falls. If I place my hand on my leg or my thigh and I breathe, I'm able to mindfully imagine breath going into this area of the body. It's just an example. So we're going to start by focusing on the one area of the body, and I'll guide us through. And we'll only spend about a minute on each one. You can increase it as you'd like in the future. But what it's going to do is we're going to be making room for our emotions as we breathe into our somatic awareness or our body awareness. We're simply becoming aware of the body. So you might notice that your body shakes or trembles. as you release emotional tension. And if this happens, follow any movement impulses that help you release the tension. For example, you might, if your arm starts to shake or tremble, you might shake your arms out. Or if your leg starts to tremble, you might shake your leg out. So the following prompts they're just going to invite you to explore some common emotional themes related to each area of the body. And, as with everything that we do here on Monday nights, you might relate to these themes, or you might not. But it's super important that, regardless of whether or not you relate to them, that you honor and pay close attention to your own experience. Your body is so wise, and this is part of us learning the rhythm of our lives. We're learning the rhythm. Okay? So let us begin. We will begin with the throat, neck, and jaw. Tension in the throat may be connected to times that we didn't speak our truth. Is there a sound that matches the feeling of tightness in your jaw? Perhaps you can explore how it feels to open and close your mouth, or to stick out your tongue. Can you give yourself permission to have your voice now? Can you give yourself permission to have your voice now? Next, we're going to focus on upper back and shoulders. So tension in our shoulders and upper back might be related to carrying emotional burdens, or feeling like we need to hold the weight of the world. What might it feel like to let these burdens go? If you have been feeling stressed about your to-do list, can you acknowledge what you have accomplished and realize that it is good enough? So again, what might it feel like to let any burdens go? Next, we will focus on our chest, heart, and lungs. So tension in the chest, heart, and lungs can sometimes be connected to feelings of loss and grief. Do you have any losses or hurts that need your attention? Can you breathe in a way that moves emotional tension out of this area of your body? Again, do you have any losses or hurts that need your attention? Can you breathe in a way that moves emotional tension out of this area of your body? Next, we are going to focus our breath on our belly, stomach, and intestines. Tension in the belly, stomach, and intestines can correspond to events in your life that are difficult to emotionally or mentally digest. Feelings of nausea or disgust can be an indication that your boundaries were invaded. Notice how your body responds when you reflect upon experiences that were not safe or nurturing. Now, explore how your body feels when you recall a time you felt cared for. Perhaps even in this moment right now. Just knowing that you're here, knowing that you're cared for, here with us, just being here. Can you explore how your body feels when you recall a time when you felt cared for? And lastly, we're going to focus our energy, our breath on our lower back, hips, and pelvis. Holding tension in our lower back, hips, or pelvis might be connected to feelings of fear. Perhaps you feel as though you are in survival mode or unsure about your right to exist. As you breathe into these areas of your body, focus on the cues that remind you that you are safe now. So next week, we are going to wrap up our 3-week series on healing our self-perception. So just pause for a moment and take some time and reflect on your self-perception. A warm welcome to you, Lily. So glad you're here. Liliosa. Welcome, welcome, Liliosa. We are so glad to meet you. So let us take a moment and reflect on our self-perception. Could you relate to Mariah's story? How did it feel to breathe together today? Has anything left you feeling distressed? It's really important for us to remember that feelings of shame and unworthiness are extremely common when we are healing CPTSD. These feelings can serve as a reminder to take a moment for self-compassion, self-kindness, self-advocacy, self-care. Remember, we're finding our rhythm. We're finding our rhythm. We are not expected to already know. There's no way for us to already know. We're finding the rhythm of our lives. So we will end our time together with our Loving the Self affirmation with Lisa A. Romano. Lisa says, I now know that my negative self-talk isn't even mine. Negative self-talk is a result of faulty programming. Beneath my conditioning is this magnificent creature, me. Today, I will hear my negative self-talk, and when I do, I will remind myself that it is all a lie. Old belief systems can be unlearned. I am learning to think and feel more appropriately in relation to self. I am worthy, and I always was. You are worthy, and you always have been. Oh, you're so welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you all so much. Thank you for all of the thumbs up and the likes. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your journey. I honor your journey. I honor your practice. I honor your self-compassion, your self-kindness, your self-care. I honor your rhythm, the rhythm you are learning. We are learning. My hand is on my heart. I'm so grateful for each of you. Remember, we have calls like this twice a day. And we also have a community very similar to the chat box. And here is a link to find out all about it. It's in the chat box. It's also in the description section. And it's also a pinned comment in the chat box as well. So it's in 3 different places for you. Okay? I look forward to seeing you there or right here next Monday and every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we will breathe together, and we will read, and we will learn, and we will regulate our nervous system. And we will continue healing CPTSD. But in the meantime, until I see you again, please be extra kind and extra patient and extra gentle with yourself, because you're worth it. And as Jeffrey Sherman always says, always remember you're worth it. Always remember you're worth it, because you are. Thank you once again to John Harvey and to you, Ninja Taco. I appreciate you, Recovery Buddy. I appreciate you keeping the chat stream a safe enough place for our community to come. Week after week, month after month, year after year. I couldn't do this without you. So very grateful. Oh, you're so welcome. You all are so welcome. I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.